Yo. Hi. Hybrid and true kid on this madness, yo. Nairobi, are you ready for this? I don't think so. Go get ready, big man thing. My people crazy, you better like it. Go get ready, my people crazy, you better like it. Kuta, wonder, it's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Pretty girl, Kuta, wonder, it's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Go get busy, man. It's a freaky time. That's how we do it, man. It's a party time. We can end it, but what baby? It's a dance de carribo tu caliente. Give me this front fight, girl, I'm here to conquer, girl, In the business, I'm dangerous. My trigger on the bot. It's the party just started. My body's in a hurry. I enter. Looking for a bad boy in the place. Ain't nobody bad. Enter. Looking for a bad boy in the place. Ain't nobody bad. I'm a bigger man, careful, girl. Shock you in this reggaeton 10 times, girl. Good wonder. It's not something I never surrender. Pretty girl, good wonder. It's not something I never surrender. Go get busy, man. It's a freaky time. That's how we do it, man. It's a party time. Go get ready. Big man tea. My people crazy. You better like it, yo.
Oh, hey there.
Yeah.
What's up, people?
Yeah. And Kenny on this madness.
If you're here, let me know that you're here in the comment section. If you have the book, make sure that you've been doing the book. Right? If you want to be great at basketball, let us know. Alright? And if you're watching this show, on an off day, we have no workout today. Alright? You are something special. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you watch this show, you are definitely a different breed. Because who likes basketball that much? Who wants to improve that much? Where you're just listening to what did we talk about in this show? We talk about the workouts that we're going to do. We talk about the motivational stuff, like the story, the quote, the movie of the day, things like that. All right. We talk about some tactical stuff, maybe some strategery, some strategy that we are going to be doing for games and things like that. If you have questions, I answer them. And it's just to mainly keep you going, but mainly to keep you on point. And there are several types of kids, but only a couple of types that get really, really good at basketball. All right. One is the type of kid who's out of the two types of kids that get really good at basketball, one is the kid that was blessed genetically. At least among their peers, they were blessed genetically, where they're taller than everyone, they're faster than everyone, they're more coordinated than everyone, they're stronger than everyone, they're just blessed. And then there's the type that they're just really, really into it. And sometimes someone has both those, but usually they have one or the other. And usually, out of the players that are good, I would say a lot of them are the genetic ones. It's the ones that you're just you were born with it and you didn't have to do anything. But if you weren't born with it and you want to become a specific level, then you're going to have to be one of those types that just loves it more than anything. When I was younger, I happened to be kind of both. When I was younger, I would watch game film. I liked watching game film. I would watch basketball games. I would record stuff. I would have a little strategy board out, with the playbook with the court drawn on it, and I would draw plays and make up plays. And I just loved basketball in every sort of way. If there was a show like this, I would probably watch it because it was more basketball. Can I get more basketball, right? So I was lucky in that regard. And I think that you're lucky either way. Either you're lucky that you were born with it, or you're lucky that you were born with all the physical gifts, or you're lucky that you were born with all the mental capabilities of being able to handle that. So I just wanted to congratulate anyone who's watching this show. Well done. Great job. keep going. All right, you're on the right path. All right. There's no workouts tonight for Aurora, Bloomfield, Centennial, or Denver because I don't know why. They just didn't give us a gym, but they gave us one yesterday, so that's when we used it. We will start again next Monday. Our next Wednesday practice is going to be on. We just haven't been given the gym yet for Aurora. So Mondays will be in Broomfield, Wednesdays will be in Aurora, Fridays will be in Denver at Grand Beacon. Mondays will be at Westlake and Broomfield, and then Wednesdays we don't know yet, but I will be doing a carpool on Wednesdays and Fridays. All right, so those are the dates. That's what we're doing. Now let's start the show. What we got? We got the quote of the day. The quote of the day is "Battle the lows, ride the highs." All right, that's what Teo said yesterday because he knew the Friday quote of the day, thinking that was going to be like a considered a Friday workout. I like it. All right, but yes, battle the lows and ride the highs. All right, I think that the first part is very obvious. Where if you're going through something bad in your life, you got to battle through it, right? You got to be courageous. And that's like a lot of what we talk about, like going through failure and like all that stuff, right? You definitely need that stuff. That's definitely a huge part of this quote. It's a hard thing to do, right? And it'll see you through to like the most parts. But I believe riding the highs, it gets kind of like lost in this quote, all right? We know that you have to battle the lows, but ride the highs. I mean, riding the highs seems like you're just like hanging on for the ride. I don't see it like that. To me, and I've had many highs in my career, especially like when I was in high school. It's actually a challenge as well to have everyone applauding you and everyone going, "You're just the greatest. You're awesome," or like everything going your way, like every basket goes in for a second. It's hard because it's hard to keep pushing yourself. All right? It's hard because now you have to live with expectation. It's hard because like now maybe the other team knows about you and they're going to be playing you differently, right? All right? So you have to ride those highs, not just like, yeah, like I'm riding so easily, like I'm on a wave, this is so fun. No, you have to ride it like you're actually on a wave and like you have a surfboard in your hand and you have to ride those waves as if they're going to crash at any point in time because they will. What's up, Kieran and Declan Louth? All right, so don't just battle the lows. You must ride the highs. And don't consider that word ride as an easy thing. All right, I think that in many ways it's just as hard, if not harder, to go through the highs of basketball because, again, it slows you down. Some people are like, when they score like maybe 20 points in the game, they're so excited where they want to work out more. But usually what happens is you're like, all right, I made it. I'm the best 3-year-old basketball player on earth. Yes. All right. And that's just not how it is. So you want to stay fervent. You want to stay diligent. You want to stay aware. You want to stay aware of the possibility that whatever you're going through, whether it's good or bad, it's going to be difficult. Just stay on your toes a little bit. I mean, just like keep it in the back of your mind that this may not be as easy as it appears. All right. So battle the lows, which we all understand. All right. No matter what's going on, you just keep going because you'll one day come out of it. But you ride the highs and you keep working and you just expect it to fall at any point in time and you keep riding it to make it go even higher. And you don't let anyone's like praise or criticism slow you down. All right, so that's the quote of the day. Battle the lows, ride the highs. All right, doing our itinerary. And again, this should be the main reason why people watch the show is to talk about the stuff and to get all the drills and to see them and to talk about them and to do them because the skill part of basketball, it is a huge part. I mean, you can have a great IQ, which we learn some things on IQ. You can be a great team player, which we learn some things about team. But if you don't have the skill and you're not able to dribble, shoot, maneuver on the basketball court, you're not going to be worth a dime. So make sure that you guys are doing these things on your own. Make sure that you do them in practice and make sure that you redo them afterwards. All right. Stuff that we're doing in the future, we got bank shots coming up, so heads up for that. Make sure that you guys film that before our practice, probably like next Monday or Wednesday, something like that. 0, 1, 2, 4 touch middle, pick and roll, split to drive, heads, tails, chair dips, and knee jumps, all coming up. All right, make sure that you're aware of what those things are, so when you do see them in practice, we don't have to talk about them forever. Stuff that we just finished: hold your follow through our push-ups, 1 minute shots, 8 to 14 a run, diagonal prolapse, direct Euro steps, pick and roll drive to shot, and hurdle reverse layup. All right, that's all the stuff that we did a couple of workouts ago. Stuff that you should be doing tonight. But we are not having practice, our workouts, but you can do it on your own. We got numbered scissor shots. You probably need like a coach to help you out, or a parent to help you out, someone calling out numbers, so you can keep your head up and dribble at the same exact time. Pick and roll slip. This is when you're coming off the pick and roll and they show too early. The screener just sprints to the basket and you throw a low pass efficiently, like right to them without winding up and throwing it. And then you got 2-ball dribbles. You can make up whatever 2-ball dribbles that you have. Any kind of tricks that you can do, just do them. Under the chair dribbles, curl jumper series, and then one-on-one high post flash, which you'll need a partner for as well. To take a look at some of them, let's just glance through them real quick. All right. So we got numbered scissor shots. And again, what you want to do is get yourself a big black guy to call out some numbers for you underneath the basket. If you don't have a big black guy, I guess you can use anyone actually. Yeah, I think you can use anyone at all. But when he calls out your numbers when you shoot, I'm going to go consecutive dribbles until they're done. All right, next one. Pick and roll slip. Again, this should be done in games as well if they happen to show. Boom, gone. All right, and then you may be able to make a layup on the other end and not miss it. If he sets the screen, if he shows too early, it goes. Now on that one, you saw Wesley kind of sneaking to the right. You can always just go against it too. So that's what we're practicing on. You can even do that against a wall or something like that, just to get the pass right. But it's the timing between the ball handler and the screener. Next one, 2-ball dribbles. Again, there's a whole bunch of them. Whole bunch of 2-ball dribbles. In and out, windshield wipers, to the side, on your back. I don't know, doing freaking taekwondo as you're dribbling. Whatever you can come up with, 2-ball dribbles, get those handles better. Because again, if you can't dribble, you can't go anywhere on the court. Under the chair dribbles, a wider stance, please. I think he's about to do a wider stance right now because I just told him. There you go. And that drill ensures that you are strong enough to dribble the ball low. So it gets you stronger and stronger and stronger, because if you dribble low, they can't stop you. We got curl jumper series. It's a jump shot, dribble away, and then dribble away, step back. 1, 2, shoot that shot. Make a big 1-2 step at the end. You want to curl that last foot. Step back jump shot. Boom. Step back. Decent. I'll take it. Last one is one-on-one high post flash. If you don't have a third person, you can just spin the ball out to yourself. It's 1 dribble max. Be strong. Go at them. Take your time. And you can turn and face first. See what he's doing. Shoot your shot. Or go straight to the basket. Or you can go straight to the basket and spin, fake spin. You can do a number of things. Oh, banked it. All right, so those are all the drills. And now let's check to see if you guys have been doing any homework at all. Anybody doing homework? Is there anyone? Teo with the ball handling. Derek with the dribbling. Joey with the free throws. That was 2 days ago. So we've been a little lax on homework in the last day or so. So step it back up with that homework, you guys. Carrying pick and roll against the drive. I like it. Keep with the homework, especially the ball handling. I see you guys. All right, let's see what the story of the day is about. Hopefully it's loud enough. Courage is not having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have the strength. Courage is not having the strength to go on. It's going on when you have no strength. I like that because sometimes you just like, you want to read your body, right? And you just like, you want to read your mind. You want to be like, am I okay with going to practice today? If you're not, you're like, oh, okay, forget it. All right. And you might see that as happiness. There's some things in life that you're going to have to push through. All right. Maybe not as like a kid, but like at some point in time, you're going to have to like go to your job when you don't feel like it. But what's bigger than that is you're going to have to take care of your kid one day when you absolutely don't feel like it. Because I don't care how sick you are, especially if you're like a single parent. I don't care how sick you are. You have to feed your kid or your kid dies. You have to get up out of bed and feed your kid. I mean, like, that's like the most important job of all time. Imagine how much pressure that is. There's nothing else like that, right? But if you can force other things to be like that, that will make that job simple. All right? Or like the times when people desperately need you, and like in your, like, let's say your job desperately needs you, your school like group for like a project desperately needs you. You know, they know that they can trust you, so that you get hired over other people. You get, I don't know, chosen by like a future wife over other people because they can trust you more than they can trust others. But in the short term, you get picked for that team over other people because they can trust you. Not just trust that you'll show up, but trust that you'll truly be there at the end of games to hit a clutch shot because you're just used to persevering through it all. So there will come some time when you have absolutely no strength left. You have absolutely no more mental fortitude left. Like you are just spent and you can't move at all. Boom, that is your first chance. If you've never felt like that, okay, then one day you will. All right, and as soon as you feel like that and you can not do it at all, like you have zero in you, that's your first chance. You'll probably only get like 20 chances like that in life where you will spend yourself so much that you'll have absolutely nothing to give. And you get 20 chances. Out of those 20 chances your entire life, will this be the one that you actually still go? Will you go 20 for 20? Will you go 0 for 19 and then like on your death day when you really can't go on, will you be like, I don't want to die, I want to get up? And then your body's like, dude, we've never gotten up before. Why get up now? You know, because this is the last one. It's like, nah, man, we ain't even used to that kind of life. All right. So while I'm not saying that like showing up to a workout that you're too tired to go to will save your life one day, I kind of am saying that. All right. You never know. You never know. All right. There's a great story that I used to hear in college, and I love like listening to it and even trying to retell it. But there was like a big fat kid who like ran cross country. His name was Stubbs, they called him. And he decided to do cross country, and he was like the slowest guy ever. But he really tried. And then like his first like big race, he was dead last. And the number one guy on their team, because you know the whole team like runs, he heard everyone laughing at him. And right before the finish line, he turns back around and he grabs all the teammates and turns them all back around. And they all go back and finish the race with him. And they all just come in last place. And they thought it was like the coolest thing. All right. But he kept running. And he got better. And he got so good by the end of the season. He was like skinnier and everything like that. He ran a race, and there's like, 8 schools doing this. So like 80 kids are running this race. He ran the race, and he finished 3rd from last. He had never beaten anyone ever, and he came in and everyone was like going nuts for him for beating like 2 people. And that's his life, right? He's kept trying. And his mom and his grandma used to tell him, never give up. Never give up. And that was his thing. Then one day, I guess way in the future, he's with a few of his like cross country buddies, and they're adults now, and they're off the coast of Florida, and they're on like a boat, and the boat capsizes. And there's like no one to radio for. There's no way to get to shore, but they're hanging on by like just like a plank. And the 3 buddies are there for like 3 hours, and finally one of them just gives up and says, "I can't hold on," and he falls and dies. Second one looks at Stubbs after 2 more hours. He's like, "I can't go on," so he falls and dies. And then Stubbs just hangs on. He's just saying, never, never give up. And then with 10 fingers just hanging on. And 10 minutes after that second guy drowned, the helicopter comes and saves him. And he's just like saying to himself, never, never, never give up. That's what he keeps like mumbling like that. And he did it, but they save him, but he's unconscious. Like that. And they want to make sure he's okay, but he's like, his like mouth is like moving like this. He's like that, and they like keep closing it. And his mouth keeps moving. And then finally they realize he's not like convulsing or anything. He's actually saying something, so they like listen down, and he's still saying it. Never, never, never give up. Never, never. He was knocked out and still just going, never, 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 never give up, never give up, like that. And that was his mentality. So yes, one day it might save your life to have that kind of perseverant attitude. But at the very least, it'll let you make your high school team. All right. Let's check the movies of the month. All right. Depending on what grade you're in, all right, all the movies for this month. I'm going to start not with this movie that is showing right now, but I'm going to start with the 12th grade movie for the month. All right. The 12th grade movie of the month for the month of, what month is it? It's June already? What? Oh, man. All right. It is He Got Game, starring Ray Allen and Denzel Washington. All right. That's the 12th grade movie of the month. Definitely should be in the 12th grade spot. It has some lewd scenes, but it's a great movie. I liked it a lot. 11th grade, Jerry Maguire. Yeah, that's a great movie, too. Man, this is a good month for movies. Jerry Maguire is a football movie, but it's more so like what are they called? The people that manage your finances, and like they're like your recruit scout person. I don't know what they're called, but I know that I fired mine. They're your agents. Yes, this movie's about a sports agency, and it's funny. It's romantic. It's good. Has some football in it. Jerry Maguire's a very good movie. 10th grade movie is $1 Million Baby. I talk about that one a lot, and oh man, that one's deep too. It's when I was watching the movie, and at one point in the movie, I was like, "This is one of the greatest movies of all time." I swear to God, I said that. It didn't finish like that, but yeah, oh man, that movie was amazing. 9th grade, Hoop Dreams. Not too much to say about that, but it's a documentary, but it's like a real thing. They follow these kids for like 10 years. 8th grade, Love and Basketball, every girl's favorite basketball movie. 7th grade, Days of Thunder. That's the second Tom Cruise movie. We have so many Tom Cruise movies on these lists. He's in at least like 5 of them. 6th grade, Mr. Baseball. 5th grade, Glory Road. 4th grade, The Natural. That's one of my favorites. 3rd grade, The Karate Kid, the 1984 version. 2nd grade, The Mighty Ducks 2. And then for today, the one that we're talking about today is this one. It's the 1st grade movie of the month. It's called Little Big League. All right. Now, I always get confused between this one and the one where the kid breaks his arm and something else. But this is the one. It's more true to real life, where the grandpa is the owner of the Minnesota Twins, and he gives the team to his grandson. And like they're all, what? A little kid owns the team, and it talks about it has like some antics. Like the kid's mom is like dating one of the baseball players a little bit, but it's a nice in-depth look at a professional team, and it's a cute little kid movie. I got to give it about 40 stars because it was actually decent. I remember liking this movie a lot. If you're a first grader, actually first through like 5th, I think you'll highly enjoy this movie. But even if you're older, I think that you'll like it as well. Little Big League movie of the month for the 1st grade. All right, let's go with our trivia question today. Again, you have until the end of the show to answer the trivia question. We just reset them. Kieran won the last one. I need to bring him his coin. Man, I can't wait till I get a staff. Because like that's one of the things that's on there is to keep track of like stuff like this. And I have way too many things that I juggle. But it's all right. I will get you your coin, Kieran. My bad. But the question today, whoever has the most by the end of the month wins. All right. The question today is, and you can only guess one time. You can't just guess millions of numbers. How many times in his Hall of Fame career did Wilt Chamberlain foul out of a game? That's a random question, but that's the question of the day. How many times during his career during his NBA career did Wilt Chamberlain foul out? You get 6 fouls. You get 6 fouls, and then you're out of the game. Because, if they gave you 20 fouls, you would just be punching people. So they had to come up with, obviously, something. They were like, yo, dude, you can't just keep hitting people. So they came up with something, and they said you fell out at this point in time. Now, how many times did Wilt Chamberlain foul out of games? Mind you, he's a huge guy with a lot of strength. All right, very, very random question. You can look it up on Google and let me know in the comment section. Boom, boom. I don't know if it counts technical fouls. Anyways, if you haven't to the end of the show, I'm going to have to move on. We'll see if anyone answers that off. If no one answers it, then it's just 0 points for anyone. All right, moving on. Stop the music. All right, moving on. What do we have here? We got Victor Wembanyama. All right, people are learning to say his name because he's going to be the first pick in the NBA draft. But imagine being this dude. I can't point to it right there. That dude. The dude responsible for keeping his body together. That's a tough job because the one thing everyone is saying, they're all he's going to change the way we eat our breakfast in the morning and stuff like that, right? But they're all unless he gets hurt. Because he's so big. If you're 7 feet tall, you're already going to have issues because it's so much body and problems arise. But this guy isn't even 7'2". He's not even 7'3". And that at that point, it's like Porzingis has issues. And then he's 7'5". 7'5". Oh, that's the answer. Kieran got it with 0. Nice job. We'll talk about that in a second. All right, but let me add that to your score. Kieran Louth with 1. Nice job. But yes, Victor Wembanyama, 7'5", young, and he's going to be playing against some big dudes. And remember what happened to Chet Holmgren last year with just touching LeBron James, injured him for life. Hopefully he'll be back next season. But yes, this guy is in charge of taking care of his body. And I think so far, because he's not like Yao Ming, where he's stationary. This guy's crossing over people. And I don't know if that makes it better or worse. He is thin, which might be good, I guess, because he's not too big. But this guy plays, obviously, year-round, because we see him playing on YouTube all the time. I really hope he holds up. But it looks like they are aware of the Zion Williams problem, where he's so heavy and he gets injured a lot. They're aware of it. And all I got to say to you is that's all you can really do. You can realize that you're going to have strengths and weaknesses. And then you want to not ignore those strengths and weaknesses. You want to work on those strengths and weaknesses until they become your strengths as well. So, imagine if I had one arm. I had one arm only, and I was like that, and I was trying to play basketball. Now, that would be something, right? But imagine if I changed this arm, and I had a prosthetic. That would make it even, right? Or maybe a little bit less than even. But now imagine if I changed this arm into a rocket launcher, and then I was just blowing people up in the game, and you'd be like, dude, you can't do that. I'll be like, where does it say in the rule book I can't use a rocket launcher? And you'd be like, well, we got to write it. All right? You want to change the negatives or your weaknesses into strengths. Now, again, rocket launcher was too big of a thing. But this seems like the kind of course that that Steph Curry was on, where at first he kept getting injured, and then he rehabbed in such a way where he got even better than he was before. So now it's his biggest virtue is that he is always available. He went from being injured all the time to being the guy that just runs the entire day and never gets hurt. That's dramatically changing. He didn't just change to just hang on. He changed and made that his biggest strength. So if Victor Wembanyama is focusing on this right now, it's a great thing. He's not just ignoring it and saying, oh, I'll be different. Oh, I'll be different. So make sure that you guys do the same thing. If you're too short, make that into your strength. Don't just say, oh, let me just ignore it until it goes away. If you can't shoot, make that into your strength. Be the best shooter in the entire world. All right. So I think that's a great lesson for all of us, and I wish this dude luck. He seems to be doing all the right things. But we will see. All right, as for our trivia question, yes, Wilt Chamberlain never fouled out of a basketball game. Now, I'm bringing that up because how good are you at not fouling out of basketball games? You don't want to just have 0 fouls, right? But 1 or 2 is like decent because you have to play like aggressive. But then when you get in foul trouble, does the coach have to take you out? I was a player where the coach didn't have to take me out. And I didn't just avoid everyone. I was smart enough to understand, okay, how are the refs calling it today? All right, what chances should I take and what chances shouldn't I take? I was also really long, so my defense didn't have to be too aggressive. So I was lucky in that regard. But you want to be a player where foul trouble isn't really a thing that applies to you. Like, you have different things that you can do. You're not going to just listen to your parents be like, that's not a foul on my baby. And you go, yeah, these refs are stupid. I'm going to keep doing the same exact thing and expect a different outcome. No. All right, dude, like you have to adapt. You have to be like, okay, what is the situation right now? Is it the first play of the game? Or I don't need to foul the first play of the game. Am I in foul trouble? Does my team need me? Does my team not need me? You have to figure that out. How's the ref calling? Is he calling it hard? Is he calling it easy? Is he calling it just on me? Because, pride be damned. Who cares? If he's calling them all on you, then you have to change your game. All right? So you figure things out as you go on. And I think that's pretty cool that Wilt Chamberlain, obviously, I don't think he was just avoiding people. I think he was like still being a force on defense, sorta at least, right? And he just didn't foul out because he knew how valuable he was. Anyways, don't forget that the quote of the day is battle the lows and ride those highs, okay? Don't forget, that's just as hard as battling the lows. I'll see you guys soon. I was going to say 1, but he got ejected. I know, I was going to tell you to not count the ejections. Yes. He shouldn't have got ejected. Come on, Wilt. Anyway, that's my time. I'll talk to y'all later. Great job, Kieran. I see you, man. Keep working. Peace out, you guys.
It's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Pretty girl, good wonder. It's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Go get busy, man. It's a freaky time. That's how we do it, man. It's a party time. Go get busy, man. It's a freaky time. That's how we do it, man.